Hi, everybody. DJ Yoakley here with another player profile. Late in the season, it is tournament edition here of Player Profile for the East Palestine girls basketball team. I am joined by a very special guest at this time. She is a junior, and she takes more charges than MasterCard. She is Payton Sherry. How are you, Payton?
Good. How are you?
Doing well. I know that there's a very special connection between you and one of the local businesses here in town, so I want to put the ball on tee for you. Go ahead, young lady.
Well, first of all, I'd like to give a huge shout out to Stitches and Stuff for all the oranges they've provided for us and everything that they do for us, and any other local business that has supported us this season.
Well, thank you very much. That's huge. That's absolutely huge. Let's get to you in this season. Junior year, you and the juniors have taken such a huge step as leaders from the underclass role. Talk to me about, how this year has been for you, the trials, the tribulations, and, of course, the roller coaster ride it's been for you.
Well, honestly, it's been pretty crazy. Coming up, we didn't have that many seniors last year, so we already kind of knew we were going to have to step up after we had Sarah Buskirk and Natalie Hamner graduate, so we knew we were going to have to, but it was easier than we thought because we were prepared, but it was still a big leap to take that leadership role.
You've been, kind of the sounding board seemingly for everybody this season, and you've kind of tried to keep control of it. The point guard, and that's your job, is to make sure that everything's evenly distributed. Talk about what that role means to you. Your mom was a guard as well, so you kind of, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. There you go, Liz. What does it mean to you? Is that something that you take with pride, that you're kind of, keeping your mom's, memories and her generation alive?
Yeah, that's the whole reason I was a point guard. I could have been wing or that position if I wanted to, but that was just what my mom was. Parker did play that too, so it's just like kind of a family thing, I guess.
Yeah, a little bit, yeah. and you see a little bit of the family resemblance when you scale back and you chuck that ball all the way up the court.
Quarterback skills, yeah.
So, is that something that you and Parker would go out in the backyard or on the farm and toss the ball around and see who could throw it furthest, or is that something that you would try to do and kind of keep pace with your big brother?
Well, he definitely could always throw it further, but we'd always play catch. But after a while, his passes got so hard to break my fingers. My mom would just hit it down, and that's how we'd play and everything. But yeah, we definitely went out and played catch, and me and Morgan Rutledge over here, we played flag football, so that gave us a throwing background that we have there. So
you talk about flag football. You played in the YYFFA, and you played with boys. Has that been something for you that has been a little bit of, you've never had that fear of playing against girls because of the competition you've had growing up?
Yeah. Once you play against boys, girls sometimes are worse.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
In what way?
Well, crazier. Boys, usually in flag football, honestly, the boys kind of got scared, oh, it's a girl, I don't really want to touch her, because we were always younger.
Yeah.
But now it's I think the girls are so aggressive in basketball all over the floor. I slid 5 feet last night on my knees trying to get that one ball. It's just such an aggressive fight during the games.
You were showing off your war wounds before we got on the air here. You got a nice little scar on your knee. You said your butt hurts from falling and taking some of those charges.
Yeah.
But your head's good, because I was honestly worried about your head. You took a really bad charge call.
Around. It was.
Where did you get your aggressiveness from?
Definitely my family.
Right.
I'd say. Going against Parker, going against flag football and all the sports. I think it runs in the family, our aggressiveness. Just want to win, want to fight for that and everything. So I think it's family. And my teammates help me grow. All the competitive open gyms in the summer, we just go crazy.
So let's talk about the summer. This is a group of girls, not just the basketball girls, but you talk about basketball and volleyball. Common denominator, you're both coached by Franklin, just happens to be a different part of the family. What is it like, those summer workouts, and just kind of walk me through it and the camaraderie that you have from, basketball team to volleyball team, because there's only a couple crossovers.
Yeah.
But what is it like for you to be working out with a completely different team, but your same classmates, really?
Yeah, well, I think it was really good to get in the weight room with everybody this summer, because when you have volleyball and basketball separate and we don't get that weight room together, we don't have the same bond we grow. I grow a bond with Jocelyn and Morgan Rutledge over here because we're basketball. But Paige, we got that more of a bond this year, because we got the volleyball girl incorporated in like
Yep.
all of them. So really with that like workout with the volleyball, basketball combining in there, that was a really good decision, I think, so we can all get that bond.
No, I think it's fantastic. One of the questions I've always wanted to ask you, but obviously with Parker now out of the East Palestine scene, all the spotlight's on you in the Sherry family. So has this year been different than the 2 years prior, with kind of being in that shadow of what Parker was doing, because he was 2 years ahead? I mean, obviously as a junior, senior, upperclassman, you're going to get that attention. And what he did was fantastic. But now you're kind of catching it in stride, and I think there's the ability to possibly surpass what he's done.
Yeah, I mean, definitely basketball. Probably won't pass him in football, but
Well, you never know.
yeah. I mean, my powder puff game this season is pretty good.
It's on point.
Yeah, but I don't know, just knowing that we had to step up, so I think that was a big thing, and like I'm older now, so yeah, I can overpass Parker. He's out now.
He's gone.
Yeah.
Do you feel that there's kind of an expectation to live up to with the name on the back of your jersey like that?
I think so, a little bit with Parker, his football especially. I mean, basketball, he had like a little break there, but
Yeah.
he was still a baller out there. But yeah, I think there is. I mean, even my mom, about like all her like records and everything that she did,
Yeah.
and even my dad when he came to East Palestine, is just, I feel like there's a lot to live up to there.
Is it pressure, or is it one of those things that you I guess pressure outside, or is it pressure that you put on yourself?
I think it's more like myself, because
Yeah.
I want to be better and I just like want to win. Yeah, so it's not like they're giving me pressure necessarily. I mean, Parker, of course, is like, you got to work, but it's also
No,
myself.
He would never say that.
Oh, yeah, never.
It's one of those things where when I look at your family, what your dad and your mom do to push you beyond not even just sports, not even just academics, but what to do in the community, I always look to that and I say that's how I want to raise my kids. I want them to be engaged in the community wherever we are, however we are. That is a golden feather in your cap and the cap of your brothers, but especially your parents. What does that mean to you to be able to go above and beyond like that, and just beyond the court, beyond the classroom even, and get into the community and get your roll up your sleeves and get your hands dirty?
I mean, it means a lot to me, and I think it's a really important thing to do. Like, you need to be, I mean, yeah, sports are important, and like school I think is even more important, but you really got to get out in your community and like help people and do what like your part. So I think that's a very important role you need to take under there.
Are those expectations for yourself as well in that category?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, yeah, my mom got me involved in things, and my dad got me involved. Like, same with Parker, everybody did. But I think it's more like I want to be that person that's involved and do stuff like that.
What is the best part of being a Bulldog to you?
The best part of being a Bulldog is really the Bulldog pride, I'd say. Like, we get to go around, we have all these things we get to like do in the community, and like we come together for sports and like even academic things. Like, we go to like our NHS ceremony, like we all come together, and I think it's just like a great thing that happens.
What's cool too is your aunt is a business owner here locally, the 1820 house, and you look at it and you go, there's so much success coming from your family. What do you want to do when you grow up? There's so many avenues you can go down.
Yeah, there is. I've thought about a lot of different career paths, but I definitely think I'm going to go medical. So I think, I don't know which. I thought about chiropractor, because then I could have like my own practice or something like that. But I think I'm leaning more towards like a nurse practitioner.
Wow.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm going to choose.
Very cool.
Not completely positive yet.
So it's going to be interesting because that is a competitive field,
Yeah.
and you are a slightly competitive person.
Yeah.
So it kind of matches up what you're trying to do. All right, so last night, a big win against Waterloo. The first time this team has won a tournament game since you were a puppy. So when you look at it, what does this mean to you, your legacy here over your 4 years as a Lady Bulldog? And really, was it kind of a relief in the locker room last night, or what was the feeling?
Yeah, I mean, we weren't even we were pretty hyped up and everything, but I think we were just excited that we got to move on. And now, because it was, I think 97?
I believe so,
Said,
yeah.
I don't know if that's correct or not, but that's what we heard.
I was in 7th grade, if that's the case. So let's put it that context.
So knowing that that's how long it's been, and now we get to win, hopefully we win next year and everything, which I think we will, hopefully. And we'll see next year if we do, then that's our legacy. We'll see how long until that happens again. It's pretty crazy. You can go and see who is in that class when they won and the people. So I think that'll be a cool legacy to have.
What I'm interested in is we still want to talk about this year, but next year there's a lot of things that change in the
Yeah, there
EOAC. I mean, there's a lot of talented players that are moving on. Some talented players will stay, but a lot of them, you look across the league, they're seniors and they're moving on to college or better things. Do you get excited for that? Is that something you catch yourself going, okay, my senior year is the year?
Yeah, that's what we've all been saying. Me, Morgan Rutledge, and Jocelyn Fristic, we've all been saying, like, this is our year. We're going to go out. We need to get our team together. We need to get that bond because we have Kenzie Johnson, Gretchen, and Bailey David. We got them, and Caitlin McTruster even graduating, so we're not going to have them. So we're going to have to find our next two to put in there so we got that bond so we can really go out and win.
So when you look at the coaches across the grand scale of teams that you've played, you've got a coach that constantly has your back all the time and the backs of his players. What does it mean to have Coach Franklin as a coach?
It means everything. He just is so involved with all of us, like the work that he puts in. He's a football coach too, so him putting all that work in for football and for basketball and everything that he does, still being a teacher, so like it's just crazy. It's amazing what he does for us and throughout the whole year. Like, basketball season's over. Basketball season's not really over for Franklin.
All right. I'm going to put you on the spot, and I need one word that describes this year's basketball team.
Family. I mean, that's a good one. There's also our relentless. We used that in the last year, but we would just go and lose to our Latonia game. We came back. We were relentless on those next, push of games. But, yeah, they truly were our family this year. It's going to be hard to lose some of them, but.
What words would you give to your outgoing seniors that you want them to know that you think about them?
Well, I'm going to miss all of them tremendously in the game and, in school because, I see them throughout the day. But I want them to know that we all love them. We'll miss them very much. Wish they would just stay back for a little bit longer.
That's awesome. Congratulations on the victory last night. Best of luck to you against South Range on Saturday. Thanks for taking some time out for us. Thanks for everything you do in the community. You are a role model to so many. Congratulations. Tip of the cap to you, and tell your parents I said hi.
Okay, will do. Thank you.